Hello, and welcome back to Horror Classics, with me, DJ. We're about halfway through the game at this point, and things are going to start being a bit trickier than zombies, dogs, and even crimson heads. But you'll see what I mean later on. In the last episode, we learned that the radio we got from Richard will receive messages but not send them outside the mansion, and had a harrowing experience by everyone's favorite living nightmare, Lisa Trevor. But before we begin, why not subscribe? Hit the like button. And the bell. It's right there. It's really easy, and I would really appreciate it. Though for now, the only thing we really need to worry about is unlocking doors. And I think I might have missed a key a bit earlier. So first things first, I need to head back to the room where Barry was acting unusual and see if I missed anything. But before even that, I need to move this box into place. Now, this will only protect us going one way. Every time we need to use the item box, at least one way will damage us. But there should be plenty of healing items around for when we need to move back to the safe room and item box. I'll try to keep my goblining to a minimum for this, but dang, I do love stockpiling. After looking around, we find a key in the bathroom, and now that we have it, it's time to take care of something for the immediate future. I tried to blow his head off with headshots from the pistol, but the taser took him down instead. Not gonna bother us in the future, so I guess it's somebody else's problem. The key unlocks the door right across from the safe room, so we're going to have to pay a bit of help to the notorious Plant 42 we learned about in the last video, the main project here in the residence. And considering the emblem we found in the Elder Crimson Head's coffin that led us to this place, we can assume it's a particular company that was performing said experiments. Speculation for another time. For now, let's explore around and see if we can find anything else in the room this key opens up. Though it is a grisly sight. A self-defense gun and a note. Maybe it'll tell us what happened here. June 22nd, 1998. I had to do it. We ran from those things, helping each other to survive. But Robert started to show the symptoms. I had to do it. Those damn things are pure evil. There was no other way. He would have done the same if it were the other way around. After I put him out of his misery, I had to just leave him in the bathroom. Now I'm probably the last one. How could this happen? I'll never forgive myself for being part of this project. Eventually I'll get what's coming to me though. There's no way to escape from this nut house. It's just a matter of time now. Everything is set. All I need is a little courage to get it done. Knowing that I'll leave many things undone is regret beyond words. But this is better than just waiting to turn into one of them. Please understand and at least let me end my life as a person. There's a message on the back. Linda, please forgive me. Very grisly stuff. He had to end his friend due to the infection and decided there was no way out except one. Seems he was a researcher too. This place had all manner of problems at once. No wonder the mansion grounds is filled with so many monsters. Well, at least they know peace, and won't have to worry about what their experiments will do to more victims in the future. When we check the bathroom, we find his friend and another key. We've already got a good amount of stuff, so let's just leave. We have no reason to come back here. However, the next area is fairly dangerous, so I'm just going to grab a first aid spray before moving on. No, I didn't really miss anything else in the room we found the first key in. Just had to wait until I got everything I needed. The bookcases are a bit oddly positioned in the room, so we push them aside to find a ladder, and upon descending the ladder, we find ourselves in what appears to be an underground chamber. The haunting soundtrack is perfect, minimalistic but not harmless. It speaks to the cold nature of this place and what we will find. So apparently it's not just snakes, spiders, and plants they're working on here, it's also sharks. Best to get inside quickly. Apparently we can drain the water, so let's try that. But first let's have a look around. Huh. In case of oil pressure drop, open valve 2. Good to know. So why don't we give it a try?
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
Well, that was certainly intense. Say hi to Neptune. As long as we keep our cool, we should be fine. Let's drain this water.
Reaching 30% of pressure threshold. Reaching 50% of pressure threshold. Activate emergency drainage system immediately.
So with the water drained, we don't have to worry that much about the sharks, and we can pick up a few goodies along the way. I'm not sure how these grenade rounds survived being submerged for as long as they have, but I'm certainly not complaining about it. Though depending on what else we find, we might need to make a trip back to the item box. Well, it seems the big one still has some fight in it. Let's solve that real quick. And now that he's a bit more docile, we can grab the gallery key, the main key we will need to progress. I do wonder why it was down here though, perhaps negligence on a researcher's part. Let's head back and clear our inventory a bit before moving on. So let's go ahead and recap where we are while we run back to the item box. We were sent out to the Arklay Mountains to look for Bravo Team. When we arrived, we were attacked by dogs of the estate and forced into the mansion with Wesker and Barry, Chris being completely missing from the original group. We found out that there were zombies and other monsters in this mansion, and did our best to locate any survivors while searching for a method to escape. We found enough evidence to confirm that the experiments going on at this facility have gone horribly wrong, leading to most of the occupants dying. And now we seem to be in a place where active experimentation of animals was performed. I think that does a decent job of shoring it up, saving on some details for lack of time. But after a little bit of consideration as to what we will be taking with us, let's move on to the next area, the gallery. In the gallery, we find bees. I'm not quite sure how they fit in, but at least they're easily gotten rid of with a bit of spray from the gentleman at the end of the hallway, which with the bees dead we would be able to access. And after the bees are dead, we find a key that gives us access to a new safe room. It doesn't have a box, so if we want to store anything else, we will have to move through the barricade and take another hit from the plant. However, it does have a file, so let's give that a read. Organic Chemistry Lab Experiment. The similarities in the cellular characteristics of the rapidly growing plant infected by the tyrant virus have been reported in previous papers. However, while repeating these experiments, an interesting new fact became clear. We learned that a chemical in the UMB family, UMB number 20, contains a compound that is toxic to the cells of the plant. We have given UMB number 20 a new name, V-Jolt. If calculations prove correct, when V-Jolt is applied directly to the root of the plant, the entire plant should be dead within 5 seconds. The V-Jolt can be made by simply mixing the VP and UMB chemicals in a specific ratio. However, extra care must be taken when handling these UMB chemicals. They have been known to generate toxic gases if mishandled. The characteristics of each UMB chemical are as follows. UMB number 3, red. Yellow 6, yellow. UMB number 7, green. UMB number 10, orange. VP017, blue. V-Jolt, dark brown. It appears V-Jolt will kill the plant, and maybe that'll help us in the future. But those books look strikingly similar to another one we got, an empty one. And the spines would form a picture if in the right order. So let's figure it out and see what it's hiding. This next part can be a little risky, so I'm gonna go ahead and save the game. Though we should be fine. It seems what this wardrobe was hiding was a passage. After checking around a bit more, let's see where the door leads. Wouldn't want to be caught with our pants down in a place like this. Roots. I think I might know what is in the room next door. I suppose there's only one way to find out. And a door with eye symbols, 3 of them. Weren't there 3 lamps in the pool room with the spiders? Maybe this door has something to do with that. But with the area explored, I suppose there's only one thing left to do. So let's see what we're dealing with in this portion of the residence. Yeah, that's indeed a giant mutant plant. And here we are with a severe lack of V-Jolt. So where I am going to pop off a couple of shots on it to assert dominance, we're not ready to face this thing with our loadout. We have the formula from the book to make it, and there's still another door to unlock, so let's just worry about the plant later and find a way out of this room. So we're going to head back to the item box at this point. The pool balls give us a clue as to what the code is alongside the lamps. Maybe if we light them, we can get the code for the door where they might have been hiding something important to our progression. You know, it's always a bit difficult for me to leave the safe room in this area. I think it mostly has to do with the music and just how soothing it is. It's one of the few places in the game where I actually feel like I'm not going to be attacked. Just going to take a minute to get a mental picture of the numbers. Then we check the lamps and the colors, orange, green, and red. And when we light them up, we get the symbol they pertain to under. Yep, it's a door code, alright. Let me just refresh my memory on the numbers, get the symbols, and we will head back to the electronically locked door. Gonna be honest, I don't know why I was headed to this store. I think my fingers were acting on their own on that. I can only blame my nerves so much, but it still has been a minute since I've played a game like this. In more recent years, it's been all about survival games, and sometimes my focus can slip. Yeah, and after poking around for a bit, we do find out that it is the door code that we need. But that's all the time I have for this video, so thank you for joining me this evening on another pleasant stroll through the mansion grounds. We took care of the shark, and in the next episode we're gonna kill that damn plant. But if you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to know whenever I upload, and as always, have a wonderful night. Thank you again for making it to the end. Comment down below your thoughts on the story so far, and as always, keep it real.